Today we are looting an ancient city in Bedrock on the Forever Bedrock SMP realm. First, we have already started to loot this ancient city, and we have a few items that we're going to use to surprise some of the other members of the realm in their bases. So first up on our list of folks to target, K-Dog. Now, K-Dog has not found his gift yet from the Deep Dark from us, so we're not going to show it here on camera. We're just going to be nosing about his base here, and oh, there we go. We'll give him that hint. We'll see if he comes up with the location of where his gift from the ancient city is from us. And that leads us next to, we head through the nether here. This is a tunnel that Juggerite actually built. This is a cool design. I like this a lot. This is his nether tunnel, and Juggerite is our next victim or willing participant. Juggerite is pretty cool with challenges, and he likes a good mystery, so I'm sure he won't have any issues with our little gift that we're going to give them. So, like, if you guys haven't had a chance yet to mess around with some of the sculk sensors and things, what we do is we silk touch when we've been looting this ancient city. We're silk touching the sensors and the shriekers, and it's kind of cool because you can place them around in people's bases, and so every now and then when they pass by the sensor, it'll set off the shrieker, and it gives them a little look. This is the second time that a zombie has hit me, like, tried to nail me right at his front door. Fred had one too, as a matter of I think Juggerite's got a secret little spawner down there so that people can't mess with his base. But anyway, what we do here is we'll take a sensor, and we'll place the sensor down, we'll place the shrieker down, and I believe the sensors are a 9-block radius, and then every so often, once the sensors are set off, the shriekers will go. So got that in place, and this one we'll go ahead and show because Juggerite did find his. I don't think he was recording when he did, but it did seem like he enjoyed the little pranks. So, but that's just something that you guys, if you're playing on a realm or SMP, some things you can do with pranks that are not so invasive or anything, that don't cause a lot of damage or harm. But our next thing, before we head off and try to get some more loot from that ancient city, we're going to make a wireless doorbell here. This is another cool thing that with the sculk sensor you can do. Let's get some wood here and some redstone. We're going to make up a couple of note blocks. And we've got a wireless doorbell here on this level of our base. You probably hear it as we go out here, but we're going to go ahead and put one down on the main level too. There it is. So it's basically triggered by the sculk sensor, so you basically have a wireless redstone doorbell instead of having to have a button or anything. It's kind of cool. So we'll show you how to put one of these together. They're totally simple to do. We're going to go ahead here by our main entrance. A lot of people still use this one, so it'll be a cool place to put it. Plus, we won't have to do a lot of digging since we can put it right under the stairs here. So we'll go ahead and put our sculk sensor in place. You're going to have one dust of redstone, and then that's going to go into our note block. Now we're going to use gold blocks because they kind of sound like a bell. And I believe it's 5 ticks. I only did 4 there, but I think I add one in later to get the kind of doorbell actual sound or tone to sound right. But then after that, we're going to put a repeater. We're going to put this repeater, let me get this other gold block in. And then this one should be on 2 ticks, the note block. The repeater should be on 4 ticks. So it should be 5 and 2 on the note blocks is going to get, it's either 5 and 2 or 5 and 3. But once you get that set, we're going to have to go around here because I hit it 1, 2. Let's see what we've got here. This is 4 and 2 right now. Oh, that's actually 5 and 2, and that's perfect. There we go. So, redstone dust, sensor, 2 note blocks, a repeater on 4 ticks, and you got yourself a pretty cool little wireless doorbell system. That way anybody walks up to the base, you get your little doorbell sound. It's a pretty cool little thing. And so simple to set up. It's just kind of a nice little thing to throw on a base. Let's make sure that this thing works correctly, although I'm sure it does. Let's see here. Oh, we caught it in between. There we go. Yep, so we're all set with our doorbell there. And now, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and head off into the ancient city here. Now, what we've been doing, Jonathan, or Joe Nathan, Jonathan? I don't know, I gotta ask him what his real name is, or gamer tag. But he actually found this end city, or ancient city. I don't know if he found it before me or after, but anyway, he's been doing some looting in there, and came and gave me a few of the sensors and some sculk blocks. But I had found it and then actually made a portal to it. This is something I would recommend if you guys are looking for or trying to get into ancient cities. Once you find one, make a portal to it. It makes it a lot easier to get in and out, especially if you end up summoning the Warden and you want to get out of Dodge. It's nice to have a portal that you can try to fly to and get away from the Warden. It's not easy to see once you get the darkness effect going, but it is a little bit easier to see than, like, say if you just had a hallway leading to this or a stairway. So what we've been doing, I'm not sure about Jonathan if he's been lighting things up as he goes, but what I've been doing is I've been coming in here after that first run. We were lucky enough to get some Swift Sneak 2, so I've got that on, and what I've been trying to do is loot this without summoning the Warden. Now, Bedrock, that's particularly difficult, as you'll see here in a little bit, because there's a little issue with the ancient cities and the way that mobs spawn. But what we've been trying to do, and you'll see that later, but what we've been trying to do is get rid of these sensors and shriekers as best we can so that we can kind of light up everything, but we don't want to just go light everything up. We want to kind of keep it as a challenge. So we're trying to go through and get all the sensors and shriekers and light it up as we loot and go, instead of just running through and throwing a bunch of torches and lighting things up and making it a little bit easier. So we're going through here kind of systematically. We started going, I've been going one direction. I'm not sure about Jonathan if he's kind of going all over or what, but I've been kind of going in one direction, trying to start on the outer edge and get things lit up as I go while we run into the loot chests and try to see what we can get loot-wise out of this ancient city. And like I say, you'll see here in just a second what I mean about the difficulty of Bedrock's ancient cities versus the Java version. Hello, Mr. Zombie, and there's a perfect example. And then you see the particles there. We have an Enderman. There he is. So mobs spawn in the ancient cities in Bedrock, unlike in Java. So it makes it ultra difficult to go ahead. Hi, there you are. You know what? We're gonna dig ourselves a little hole here and try to lure him over. I look dead in his face. Yeah, there he is. Okay, let's get him. And that lovely scream has got to be amazing if there was a sensor nearby and a shrieker. So yeah, that's part of what makes it so difficult and challenging. But that's why we're doing this. It's kind of a cool challenge to do. I don't want to summon the Warden. I'm trying to do this without, by actually just sneaking through and getting as much of the loot and lighting things up as we can. So we're taking our time in that. But as you see with the mob spawning, really makes things difficult. So yeah, this area here looks definitely, yeah, we have not hit this yet, but, and we have some more, we have another zombie friend here. Probably head back over that way after we get this other chest, because we want to stay somewhat systematic and go along the outer perimeter. So, and again, more zombies here, a couple of spiders in the way. So yeah, I mean, if there were sensors here, you could imagine, how deadly it gets to close, or how close you can get to summoning the Warden just from fighting all the mobs that spawn. Now, from what I understand, the latest preview, this has been fixed. So hopefully whenever the next actual update comes to the game, this will be a non-issue moving forward. But yeah, right now it makes it really super challenging to do without summoning the Warden. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of these candles here. That'll definitely help us out with the Hogwarts build. So we'll try and grab a few of those as we go. And we're, like I said, we're gonna keep working our way around this outer perimeter here. There's another zombie friend. Hello, buddy. Don't knock me off the ledge. Creeper. So you see how there's just constant mobs spawning. It's one of the other drawbacks. I mean, granted, we're playing on a realm, so you're talking like a Sim 4. Simulation distance is 4, so you're talking mobs spawn within 24 to 44 blocks away from. So basically, in an area like this where they're able to spawn, because of how dark it is, they're right on top of you when they spawn. So it makes this really, really difficult to do. But like I say, we're going to keep creeping around here, work our way on this outside perimeter, and we're going to eventually try to get ourselves all the way around and then start working towards the middle. This is definitely a chest we haven't gotten to yet. There's some, we could use those. The golden, enchanted golden apples too. Nice. We'll get the sculk sensors here, some sculk block. And yeah, let's get the golden apples for sure. The enchanted golden apples are kind of hard to come by, so don't really need the books, but we'll grab them. We'll throw those out if we come across any other better loot as we go. So now that we are on this kind of far right edge, let's go ahead and start working our way across. We'll see if we can't get to that other little area that has chests, loot chests in it, that's straight ahead of us, without drawing too many mobs. I know we're gonna, yeah, we already have a ton of mobs over here. So yeah, this is, and we have a sensor that's going off. Do I see a Shrieker? Oh, yes, I do. This is not gonna go well. We are definitely not gonna be able to get in there and light this up to stop mobs spawning before this sensor keeps hitting, pinging that Shrieker. But let's see if we can see how far we can get before we potentially run into the Warden. And let's see. Oh, great. Zombie party already before I even can get across. All right, let's take care of these guys. And that sensor is going crazy. I know I heard a Shrieker. I can almost, yep, I see it. Behind the catalyst block, there's a Shrieker. Oh, jeez. Get this guy out of the way. There's not spiders, okay. This is not going to go well, as much noise as we've been making. And the mobs. So let's see here. There's another mob down there. And he just pinged it. And there we go. That Shrieker, yes. And we've got the darkness effect. We are going to go ahead and fly back to our portal and get, I think we're going to call it a day here. And we'll see how things, Jesus. Oh, just like I planned it. Perfect landing. So this is another way, though. This is another thing I would recommend everybody. Use your Elytra. And whenever you get into a situation where maybe the Warden gets summoned, or you get into an area where the darkness effect is going and you're not sure, you just fly out of there. Because again, at least with realms, you know, depending, and even on a regular world, it depends on how you have your sim distance, but mobs won't spawn any farther than 44 blocks. So if you, let's get this guy out of the way. Jesus, the mobs are just crazy down here. But anyway, if you get 44 blocks away, then the spawning stops. So if you just blast a rocket off, 9 times out of 10 you're going to get out of where you're currently at, that the mobs are going crazy, or the Warden might be summoned, and you can kind of save yourself that way. So you can see over there we did quite a bit of looting and lighting up over there. Now we got to just get past this guy and get to the portal. Let's see if he's following us, or I think he would have already been on us. It's up there. He is down in the right. Okay, cool. So as long as he doesn't follow us back through the portal, we're going to call it a day here for this portion of looting. And let's actually, we'll head on back. And see, we got 2 enchanted golden apples. You know what? Kay is working, Lunar Moon is working on the rustic village. She's actually building a new castle in the rustic village. It was always in the plans, but then when 1.18 came, we all moved out to the new area. And she just started getting back into building this castle that's all part of the rustic village area that she started. This was in June of 2017 when we started Forever Bedrock, and she built this rustic village area that's right below us here. This came out super cool. And so like I say, recently, just kind of getting a break from Hogwarts, she came back here and she's working on putting in a castle that is part of the village here. Let's see if she's got any inventory space free here, if I can get her attention. She's hammering away at things, and yeah, here, I got a gift for you. Nice. All right, our work here is done. So I think today's episode, guys, we're going to call it an episode right here. If you enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Share the episode with your friends if they're new to Forever Bedrock, or if this is your first time finding out about us and you enjoyed the episode. It really does help us out. Helps us know what videos you guys like, too, so that we can keep making more of them. We'll see you next time. I shouldn't have came in this portal and stopped the video. I hope I don't get stuck.